In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete the Multiverse Madness multiplayer mode in order to unlock the achievement or trophy called Cartoon Apocalypse, which requires you to complete 30 waves of multiplayer madness, which is all that multiplayer madness has to offer, and after you complete that, it ends your game and has you go back to the main menu. Now what you're going to need is Quagmire unlocked for multiplayer mode, and to do that you're going to have to find all the raunchy sorority girl photos in the very first mission. It's all Greek to me, and I'm going to put an annotation above linking you guys to my guide of all the locations of the pictures. That way you don't have to worry about trying too hard to find them. You'll have all the locations. I'll show you guys each and every one of the locations. Now for the first two waves, or two rounds, you're going to use the default weapon that you come with, that you don't have to buy. And that's alright with Quagmire. It's a really powerful gun. It's a 3-round burst, and you take out I think almost all of the enemies with just one burst until wave 10. So especially if you're aiming towards the head, you're going to take them out pretty easily, so it's not too big of a deal. Now after wave 2, after you complete wave 2, you're going to go to the store, the swirling circle, and buy the acid gun, and that's the only other gun that you're going to need for the entire 30 waves that you're on this. So once you get your acid gun, you're not going to leave this little area that you spawn in at all for the entire 30 waves. It's the perfect little spot. It has a health pack to fully regenerate your health that respawns every couple of minutes. It has ammo. It has only one entrance, which is a great choke point, because once you get your acid gun, you're going to stand here originally, and if you get rushed a little bit, you'll move back towards the doorway. You'll back up a little bit. That way your acid doesn't hit you whenever you hit the enemy. So you'll back up, and then you'll take point at this location. And then if you get backed up further, you go back until you start getting hit from behind. Then you'll jump over here to this area, and once you're over here in this area, what it does is it draws all the enemies that were chasing you and were up all in your business. It forces them to retreat and gives your acid sprays time to go away. That way you can take back your first point, which is the primary point you want to take, which is the most efficient way to take them down. And towards the later waves, you're gonna get pushed back mainly by the robot chickens and the buffed up Bertrams. Every once in a while you'll get an Amish guy rush in and with a little scythe or something and get past your line. You'll have to back up, but mainly it's going to be the robot chicken and the buffed up Bertram. And so yeah, you're going to have to retreat in the later waves, but that first point is your primary point where you're going to want to stand and shoot your acid gun. And now other than that, there's not a lot to this. It's just very time consuming. With this method, it's not hard to complete this. It's just crucial that you remember to always pay attention. You don't want to get surrounded and make a mistake. And also, towards the later waves, don't be too stingy on the health pack. They respawn. Like on this last wave, if I even got close to halfway, since the enemies do increase damage, if I even got close to halfway damaged, I would go ahead and use my health pack and then know that another one will spawn. I wouldn't even take the chance because it takes so long. It takes about 90 minutes to complete all 30 waves if you're doing it rather quickly. So you don't want to get to like wave 28 and then make a mistake and die and have to restart all over from wave 1. It's a little annoying, but as long as you stick to this little method or plan, then you shouldn't really have any problems with completing it. It's just so time consuming. You have to make sure you don't let yourself get too bored or too distracted. You have to constantly pay attention, or else it's possible for you to get surrounded and get taken out really quickly and easily, especially by one of the little suicide elves that'll run up with their toy bag and explode on you. Those in the later waves can do a lot of damage, so you definitely want to keep an eye out for those. But other than that, I'm just showing you guys the wave 30 that I completed and the way that I was handling it, so that you guys can kind of know what you're going to have to do on wave 30. But any other than that, there's not a lot I can tell you guys. That's about it for this method. It's really that simple. Other than that, in between waves, what I did was, whenever it started getting down to 1 or 2 enemies, I would go take Quagmire's landmines, and I would have picked up some ammo along the last wave around. And so I'd have 7, and while it's showing you all the stats for that last wave, you can be throwing your landmines. Then once that goes away, it fully regenerates your health and ammo, so that you're going to have like 6, maybe at most probably 5 or 6 landmines on the ground, and then you'll have a full stock to continue sprinkling them around on the ground. I did that on every single wave just to try and help with some time, just to kind of make it go a little bit quicker. But I mean, that's not necessary if you don't feel comfortable having landmines, because you might blow yourself up, which I did on wave 18, my first attempt at this. Then you don't even have to have them. It's not a requirement. All you have to have really is the default gun and the acid spray. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I'm going to let this continue playing out, and if you enjoyed this, please leave a like and a comment. I really appreciate it. It really helps out my videos a lot. So, I hope this helped you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. This has been ownedbytamater. Later, guys.
Alright, everyone, round's over. Make sure you clean up and put everything back where it was when you got here. Next round's about to start.
Now the first 2 are right out of the barn, right after you get in. The first 2 wanted posters. One's on the